Good evening, everyone. Myself, Niharika, on the behalf of Rahul Suri, RBC Club, we wholeheartedly welcome you, Harpreet ma'am, Dr. Harpreet, Kaur, Jassa. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome on this platform. So, how are you, ma'am? First of all, I'll start with this normal conversation with us.
Thank you so much, first of all, for getting me on board on this platform, and which we discovered in a short while because of our common friends. But it is lovely to know about the kind of work you are doing. And yes, books and art and culture and the engagement with the masses goes hand in hand. So congratulations for your work, and thank you for getting me on board. I am good, just slightly under the weather, but happy.
So nice, ma'am. So nice. So, ma'am, you are into psychology field. Am I right?
Yes.
So you are teaching in a institute where from last 18 years, and
Yes, I'm
that to be such a long time. 18 years, not a small time. So you are in that one field, and that after that you are into Kathak also. Kathak, you take it as a hobby or you take it as a professionalism?
I would say that, last 18 years I've been teaching at Jamia Millia Islamia, which is a central university. So even if we teach the same thing, like it's not about the same curriculum because government's policies come and we revise the courses. Also, I have worked mainly with Sri Aurobindo and the mother, and their philosophy has motivated me to look at self-development of individuals. And we have started a course, and I've even written a short book on it. So teaching has been a very interesting activity to engage with students theoretically and also from the perspective of self-development. Yes, when I started Kathak, I was just into my job. I was discovering arts. I've been born in a family where artists were all around. So when my gurus taught me in anything in Guru Shishya Parampara is never unprofessional. So coming to that, even hobby is not unprofessional. I would say that instead of that being a hobby, I took it as you would say learning in the parampara. So in when you do it and learn it under the parampara, it is sadhana, it is your self discovery, your self development. So definitely it's professionalism, but primary for me has been the Indian ethos. Even if the professionalism of making my own doing my own choreographies and trying to improve them every bit has been in resonance with what the gurus are trying to say. So it's been in resonance with the Guru Shishya Parampara. I've attempted at that.
Great, ma'am. Great, ma'am. Ma'am, may I know which gharana you are learning, or yeah, because we all are learning day by day. So every day we learn something from our gurus, our even the shishyas also. Which gharana you are, ma'am, in Kathak?
So I was initiated into Lucknow Gharana, and where
Okay.
Maharaji, Pandit Birju Maharajji's family member, his own nephew was my guru's guru, Guru Nisha Mahajan ji. So I started Guru Nisha Mahajan ji, and then I continued with other gurus, Guru Malki Sham ji, Guru Parvati Datta ji. So it has been primarily Lucknow Gharana, but of late, Niharika ji, also it has been trying to explore it with the classical movement in India and also Natya Shastra. Even if I've taken my baby steps, but it has been trying to really understand the Shastriya roots of my dance. So it's definitely Gharana, but it's we have to understand the Shastriya nature of it, the Indian ethos of it through Shastra. So that has been my journey for last 3 years, I would say.
Because why I asked you, what I know that in Lucknow Gharana, you have to maintain your hands in a particular position while dancing. And in other forms of dancing, you have to change the style and all. Every time it is not easy to change. And when you are performing with a so long time, you must be with the continuing with the Lucknow Gharana. That's why I was wanted to know.
Yeah, but I've also taken it, like I would say that for last 3 years, it has been primarily the marriage of academics and arts, Niharika. because I cannot
Mhm.
have just two things as divorced realities. I'm very much in touch with my gurus, the Gharana education, but I would say that I've been slightly, um, um, what would I say? I've been slightly, taken this liberty to actually explore the movement bit from the body bit. So
Mhm.
yes, the gharana remains, but for me it is not so confirmatory. In fact, I would say that when in Stein I presented my solo Kathak recital, it was very interesting of Asian age to write just one line for me, and that was very powerful. That how the non-traditional dancers, when they are introduced to gharana, what they do with it. So I think
Mhm.
experimentation has been part of my journey. Also, Niharika, it's not always that since I've not learned it from childhood, then the body, have had a different kind of education. So even if the
Mhm.
elements of Lucknow Gharana are constant reminders, but I believe that your body also flows with it. So I have tried to acknowledge the journey of my own body, and I've tried to understand it more through, I would say, from the perspective of body, Shastra, and Gharana. So for me, it's amalgamation of three.
Mhm. Okay. Ma'am, I have read about your resume. So there it is mentioned recently you have started some work for the youth also. Am I right, ma'am?
Yes.
So can you tell us in detail, ma'am?
So, see, in my own faculty of education, I got this opportunity to converse with completely non-dancers and people from, you can say, I will not say nobody is, I mean, people don't have an arts background. Everyone sees art around. Nature is God is the biggest artist, and nature is around you, that which is an art. Which is constantly throwing its art's work in front of you. So when I interacted with these teachers and I started, talking about dance with them, that is where I really felt that there is a need not only to uphold the gharana thing, like you were asking me, Niharika, but to talk with people down with their own experiences. And I had a wonderful experience teaching them, or I will say orienting them and experimenting things with them. And additionally, what happens, Niharika, because I'm in a university, we have fine arts department, we have filming department. So these young students, they just come to me and they want to talk about dance, or they want to talk about theater. So certain things come up which have nothing to do with dance, but Lucknow Gharana, I would say, but have to do with movements, have to do with arts, have to do with them. What are they doing in their life? So for me, art becomes a medium to connect with the youth, I would say.
Ma'am, if I am not wrong, while doing the dance, Kathak dance, you have to show your delicacy. The movements should be clear and form. Nowadays, the youth wanted to learn the Kathak, but the delicacy and all the things come with the professionalism. And when you are into the practice, you need to have more practice. So nowadays, youth is not ready to devote so much of time, and so much of patience level is not there. So, are you struggling with that also?
So, Niharika, I'm not directly into teaching, and one is this question: my teachers would have struggled with me if they would have find me lacking patience, not doing riyaz, or not doing proper riyaz. I would say it is not about not doing riyaz, because I think being in a parampara, my guru introduced me to like hours of dancing without questioning. So even if I started late, Niharika, for me the training was to get into the core of parampara. And I did not I will say I did not find youth not dedicated that much. When I started, I was young and I wanted to dedicate myself fully. But I think my guru said that you have to balance both art and academics, and hence I'm balancing both, and I've got a lot of support for that. I will not say I have been able to do it, So from youth to late youth, which I am in now, I am 40 plus now. So when I started, I was 25. So all these years, this has not been possible, first of all, without the support of all the gurus I have got in my life, Niharika. And then when you say youth, recently my guru performed with her youngest team members in Stein, and the hard work these girls have put in along with my guru. I think youth is very much interested, not only in India and world over, but we need to connect with them. Also, art should help you connect various dimensions of your life. Yeah. So the more the teachers or academicians like us offer them dance as a medium, as an additional medium in their life, that has been one of my focus. So when I work with these non-dancers, I try to, use dance as a medium to equip them to be confident. So, Niharika, there has been, I will say that patience and dedication has been challenged, but we all try to overcome it every day. I mean, I'm trying to overcome it, and so are the young
Ma'am, are you
minds.
practicing every day now also?
Well, I have no choice. So, but to do it, no choice in the sense, because the kind of work I want to do, if I don't polish it, rather I have to give in more time. So finding that sometimes becomes very difficult with my schedule,
Routines
because
and everything.
sometimes engagements like this also come, like 7 p.m. I have to go into another meeting. So engagements like this come, they disrupt you, but sometimes there are health issues. But I would say the kind of work I want, Niharika, especially when I said experimentation or I want to try out something new, I have to work, harder. And always it is, I would say, I feel I've not done enough. And I wish I have more time. I wish I have an entire day, weeks to give it to the production. When I listen to these professional full-time artists, especially in Western countries, European countries. And I always wish, I wish I had that kind of time to polish it more and more. So yes, that remains a shortcoming on my part, and also a constant struggle to fulfill it.
So, ma'am, can we see the videos?
Sure. So when I performed this, see, I got drawn towards it. Now, this is how I take Gharana and Parampara forward in my own way, because I like this Shiv Aradhana so much that it was, so you see that, the music is also very wonderful. Whenever, people hear the music, they forget about the dance, because I spent also so much of time researching about the music that I want good music. And that also involves money, but luckily I could do something for the music, my own music, because with dancers, music become a problem, and copyright issues and good music. So, and then my students also performed it as part of NAC visit to the university in Jamia Millia Islamia, and some of them had background in Kathak, but then all of them just performed it. So this was Shiv Aradhana, and the journey with this particular piece, I would say, has been very beautiful. Next, I have shared Heer with you. Now, this was initially choreographed and discussed. The entire design is by Guru Malki Shamji. I consulted her, and she did the designing bit. So she asked me to pick up two couplets from other poetry, because she also performs Sufi dance. She also performs Sufi couplets. She's seen a disciple of Pandit Birju Maharaj Ji. So she told me to get these couplets and from another complementary poetry, and then I performed it. I'm soon going to write about it also from the perspective of a feminist view, I would say. And the third is Tattvamasi. Now, that is English poetry, but ends with Tattvamasi, and I have also performed it at different stages. In terms of, it's a longer production and sometimes the snippet. So what you see is a snippet over here. So Tattvamasi, like you would know, is a Vedic and Upanishadic thought. And it has been very empowering to me in my own journey. So I just had it adapted with the Kathak language and in Jhaptal with the traditional lessons. So with Niharika, that what actually sometimes take me away from when you were saying the regular practices, my thought with the dance. But yes, like I would say, my guru would say, nothing is without prayog. And the word she uses is Shastra Anusandhan Prayog. And I try to remind myself that even if I want to think in dance and get in good art academics foundation, even in India, I mean, it is already there, but to contribute to it, that, prayog is must. Rightly said, that riyaz is must. That prayog is, there cannot be anything without it. So here you go, one last bit. This is what we did for Washington Diaspora online. And this is how we understand art. So we have poets, we have filmmaking in this, we have voiceover in this, we have dance in this. And I called it Amazish, as to put all the art forms together and let them interact. So this was my last, I mean, the most recent experiment, you can say. And of course, I've also started Arohan. I have initiated this with the 16 to 25 years of young learners and performers in Gharanedar education to talk to university students and create a link of Indian knowledge systems for people who are in university, who are layperson, and for those people who have been learning in Gharana. So I recently launched this series last month, and I'll be continuing with it. Okay. Thank you so much, Rahul. Thank you, Niharika.
It was a pleasure.
Ma'am, any message for the youth you want to give?
So the only thing I would say is that come over to this world of Indian arts, discover it through parampara, question it, and then this parampara and the gurus will hold you. So it's such a I would say a beautiful diet that is formed in your life. explore it, but explore it with the real gurus. Like Niharika correctly said, with the riyaz, with the gurus, I would add gurus to it. Spend time with them, learn from them, and you can give India, what I'll say, a good friendship of East and West, as they say.
Yes, yeah, yes, ma'am. I'm sure that our youth will inculcate this now, because the time has changed now. Our youth is again getting into our own cultural heritage. They wanted to learn more about. They wanted to explore more. So I think your videos, your work, and your effortless work will help them to learn more about it. Am I right, Rahul?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely correct.
It is pleasure you on with us, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much on the behalf of Rahul Suri, on the behalf of RBC. I wholeheartedly thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.